Hello, Board Game Shenanigans here. So in this video, I'm going to do a bit of a reboxing of Robinson Crusoe into the new collector's edition box, and I'm kind of going to put everything back in that has kind of come out really. So I've got the original game, and I've got the Mystery Tales expansion too. And other than that, I've got over here the new Sailor and Gamer mini pack and the original treasure chest promo set as well. So all of that is going into this box, including the book Adventures as well that came out at the same time as this. So I'm trying to pack everything into this one box, and that's kind of worked with the way I've done it. And I'll say it, straight up, I do it in my own way. As you can see, there's about a centimetre lift on it, but it does kind of push in a bit. It's just a tiny bit out, so it's not too bad. And I have to say, personally, I'm kind of like an anarchist when it comes to these reboxing type things, because for me, things like this, nah, I don't need it. Simply because it just takes up so much space on its own, and it's, taking this out, leaves you a lot more room. And the minis, they're made of plastic, they're quite sturdy. They're not going to get damaged, especially for this type of game. They're not like poor quality miniatures. So I've kind of put them in like to bags inside the box as a separate thing, which I'll go through how I've done it. Everyone's got their own way, and some people might be like, "Oh, I paint it, and I don't want it to be any, nicks on the edge of the mini paint," but not the end of the world for me. And even then, I've never had that issue. I just varnish it up, and it's fine. So, and wear and tear is part of playing a game. So take the lid off, and firstly, as you see, I've got my book of adventures on top and a few of the additional items. So book of adventures, as it is, pretty much as it comes. The same sheets are in the back, and I think I've looked through these. The ones that are already in here, they're actually the duplicates of ones you would have got already. Then I've got the other books. So this is not in the Book of Adventures, the campaign book for the Mystery Tales. So all the Mystery Tales content is in here. Same with the instructions for the treasure chest. And then these are some of the extra like tiles. So this is from the Mystery Tales as well. And this is like the additional promo. So this is like the new promo that came in this box. And these are ones that come in the treasure chest. So just some spare stuff on the side. You're not going to use them every game. Just put them on top of the box. This is your token bag for your your exploration tokens that you get when you play the game. Keep them all in there, and you can pull them from the bag when you play. So keep them in the bag, and that's all right. Other than that, got the actual rule book, the Mystery Tales rule book, the new scenario book, the list of all the contents for this new box, and the introductory campaign guide for this box. So all the papers fit in the top that you're going to access, and you can take them out when you start playing. Bit of gel for freshness in there. Other than that, I've put miniatures in the top in these little cubbies on the left. I've put them into bags. It gets that extra bit of protection, doesn't it? So I put them into a bag rather than just loose, as to protect it a bit better. So these are your companions. So you've got the Friday miniature and all the animals that divided in this box into this one bag. Feels pretty good. It fits in there. And then also with that, some tokens on top that came in this box. Then you've got the camp pieces. There's quite a lot of small pieces here. I just put them onto one bag and they fit all right, except for the wall bit, which we'll get to later. Then you've got over here, I've got the new characters that came in the Mystery Tales, just there, 4 boards, because they're quite long, and then 3 of the spyglasses which come in the treasure chest. But you could have more of these because you could buy more, but that was up to you. As for things that are not in the box, I don't own some of the promos from the new set, and I don't own the playmat, so I've just got the board in here as it would be. This normal place it goes. So if you've got the playmat, it probably won't fit in here, but I think you probably knew that before you bought it. They're usually quite massive. Here's just this. I've kept this because I think the rules aren't actually in the book, so I just kept that so you can access the rules for the wreckage tile that they've added in later. Then you've got all 6 characters here, the new boards for them, not the old ones. The old ones are stored underneath the insert. That's why I've kept it for now. It's still in the box, but not going to be using it. So as for the tokens, they give you this tray. I've kind of gone with my own way with it. This one I put all the food that's perishable, so your parrots, fish and bananas. Over here I've got the bread and the fur, then the wood here, then all the white and blue counters in this one, the black counters and the health cubes in here, and the first player tracking token, and then all the actual cardboard tokens just on the side ones here. So fits all the main tokens in this tray, so you don't have to sort into bags and other trays and stuff you want to get. It fits most of them in there. So then you can take the lid off, and in the lid there's actually a bit of a gap between the bottom here and the cards underneath, so I put the miniatures just in here just to keep them a little bit protected more, and then they just slide in, and I've just put them by character, you know, so they're the 2 female and male for each, and I've just put all the 6 characters in there, just loose in there. I mean, they're not going to get damaged really, and I've done a little, you know, shake test of the box, not had that much of an issue. Most of these guys are quite sturdy character minis, so they're not going to have an issue, and I'll just, you know, out to look after them, you know, don't want anything going wrong there. I've put this here just as an extra layer, just keep these cards flat at the bottom. And forgot to mention, yeah, all the cards I've got are sleeved up, so they're not it takes up a lot of space, and it's got everything from all the cards that pretty much exist are in here, I think. So start on the top left. So this is where the dice tower is going. So I've put the dice in there with the dice tower. I've put the crab marker and all the extra wooden tokens you're going to have to use in a bag as well, and I've got the bases for the rings just on the side here. We'll have to play with this, probably these are going to be more in the bags with the characters, but they're in there for now. The dice tower fits in here. You could take this out and give yourself a lot more space, maybe put the minis up here, that's up to you. It's not the best dice tower, it's already kind of popped out as you can see, but the way you kind of put it together is it's a bit awkward. So I've put it in there, and you see it just kind of falls to pieces really. But it does kind of slide in that bit at the bottom, and then you can put this on top. And the way you just slot it in, you just find the edge with the holes and kind of slide it in like that. So it is a bit of a dodgy fit in here, even if you're not trying to store it properly. If this is just a normal storing, it's annoying, but it works, it's there, and you can put it in that hole if you take it apart. Then I got the cards here. This is all the small cards, so I've just gone with, you know, the animals at the far end, then the items and starting items in here on this end, and then this end here I've just gone with all the new ones that came with the Book of Adventures, so they all sleeve up and slide in there quite nicely, so you don't really have to you know, squish them in or anything. There's quite a lot of wiggle room, so that's quite good. The only small cards that aren't in there I've put are these ones, which are the Mystery Tales cards. So everything in here are all the Mystery Tales cards, because there's no divider for them, so I've just put them all separate here, and then a few of the extra cards like the, you know, create your own blank ones on the end, but pretty much all of that is just Mystery Tales. So yeah, so there's no good divider for them coming with the game, but I've just put them all on that middle section. And then other than that, I've just thrown in this token on the side just to keep it in there because it's deep enough. Then you got the main starting tiles and that new promo one that came in here. So they're all there for that. And then underneath, I've put the tiles for the question marks that you use in the game, and just a little bag with the new tokens in. that's just the best place I can find them for now. But there's a little gap there. It's not as deep in that location compared to the rest of the box also. So that's why it's a bit of a tight squeeze over there. Other than that, the other cards, they are separated by dividers. So to go through how I've done it, but you can do it in any order you want. On the far left end, I've just got the treasures. So all the treasure cards are in here. Turn the box, you can see the sections a bit better. Then I've got all of these, which are just all the cards you would use to make your set adventure deck on each run of the game. In between that, I've got just the blue starting ones inside in between. They do have two dividers there, but I just kind of did it that way because that's the way it seemed that they wanted you to do it. Then I've got all the different cards for the different colours, so the gathering, construction and exploration cards. And then here on the end, I've just kind of gone with all the bonus mini expansions, the Friday card, the animals, the different companions you can have. Just every other mini expansion is in that gap there. As for these three, these are just straightforward, the three new sets they've added in, which you have to keep separate anyway. So they're just there, and you just pull the whole set out and use that deck instead of using the ones here. So there's 1, 2, 3, and they all fit in quite nicely there. And then here in the bottom right of the box, I've put this mini for the base just in there, whole, and then kind of slid in the extra tokens and stuff around the side. So there's this bag with these small piece minis, which I don't know if you're going to be using much, but they're there. And then all the tokens for the mystery tales, which I haven't put in as with the rest of the stuff, because you're not going to use it until you use the mystery tales. So these can keep on their own and they don't have to be mixed in with the rest of the game. So other than that, that's pretty much everything you need in the box to play the game. So there's the stuff that's been taken out is the stuff you don't actually need anymore because they've been replaced. And now you could also upgrade this game a bit further if you say upgraded with the new plastic pieces for the replacing the wooden tokens, but I didn't get that, and I didn't get the wooden horror dice, but some of that could probably fit in. Like the horror dice could go up here, and you could swap out the wood for the plastic pieces as well. There's a few promos I missed, which were from the all-in of this Gamefound pledge, which I didn't get, but those were quite small as well, and they would probably fit in this box also. So if you wanted to condense the game down into this one box from the original game, it's definitely possible. You have to do a bit of jiggery pokery if you want to get the miniatures in without the tray, or if you have the tray, you're probably not going to fit the campaign book in there. You're probably going to have to leave this out, and probably also this dice tray. If you took all that out, like this and this, you'd probably fit the tray back in all right. But for me, I just don't like them anyway. They're just there, they take up space, and easier just to grab a bag and go, here's my character, tip them out, done. Much easier to get the game played as well. So underneath the actual plastic tray, I've just slid in the items that you're not going to use anymore. So that is all the extra characters wooden tokens that you're not going to use anymore because they are just replaced by the miniatures. Then you've got the new stickers. I didn't stick them on, I just left them. The old character boards. And then all the extra paperwork that has been duplicated in the Book of Adventures. So we don't need it there anyway. So the reason I've put this in this corner also is because underneath the plastic tray, there's a gap under this end. So you can't actually put anything else underneath. It takes up, it won't be flat, like it'll be like that if you don't mess around with it properly. But if you just adjust it, it kind of goes in quite flat and you're all right. So other than that, just kind of has to go all back in. So good to start with getting the dice tower in, because it just already takes up a lot of space in this cubby on the top left. So if you want to take this out, it'll be much easier to fit everything in. You can even put all the minis in there if you wanted to, so that's up to you really. For me, I like to keep it all in one box. I don't want to have to take it all out and find like a place for the dice tower, or have to keep building it every time, because I just put that together and it's really annoying to put together. It's not easy to get ready for when you're playing this game, so I'd rather keep it whole like that. And then, as I've seen, that one should go over there. Just put this on top just to flatten it out a bit. And then you've got this big gap here, like that's Book of Adventure spell. It's all right. Not the end of the world. Put the miniatures in here, and then they kind of just slide in. Like, you don't have to push them tight or anything. They just kind of, you just fill the holes where they are in. And done. I was saying, bit of an anarchist, because some people love the trays and think they're the most important things, but for me, any game I have these days, I just kind of get rid of them. I say get rid of them, but sometimes I'm like, well, what if I don't want the game anymore? So I want them out to keep them. So then again, I go somewhere in storage, and then that's about it, really. So yeah, that's everything that has to go underneath. It does close quite fine. You know, there's no these corners are a bit dodgy anyway. I found, even when I hadn't even packed it full or anything, but they go in, and then you can put that there. Put the little bit of rules there just because the rules are there. Get the extra cardboard pieces and the tray for the tokens can all go up there. Then you've got this camp, just slide in there. Animal miniatures and Friday can go in there. Then you've got the board, goes back in, and all the paperwork just slots on top. Then the book, and then these extra cardboard bits which just kind of sit on top, really. And don't forget your freshness, and there we go. So yeah, it's tiny bit sticking out, but overall it all fits in there into the one box. And you know, do where you can. If you really want to keep the insert, you could probably do that quite easily. You could even put the minis in here and keep it out the box if you want to put the Book of Adventures in the box, and rather have the minis as an extra and keep the wooden pieces, you know, instead of at the bottom, higher up, so then you can play the game. And if you want to use the minis, you could take this tray with you. So different options for whatever you want to do, really. So yeah, thanks very much if you watch this through. I will probably do more of these type of reboxing type videos, because everyone has their own way, and just about sharing it, isn't it? And see what other people do and what they think. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and have a good day. Bye.